Okay.
So the topic is, if a woman hits a man, should he hit her back? Is it okay?
It's okay. It's socially acceptable to do that.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's totally fine.
No, if it's self-defense, do you think that's totally fine?
Yeah, and just in case he hits her just because he's mad, that's cool too. It's also okay to call.
What is wrong with you?
No, look, it's also okay to call like a brother, an uncle, and just to get them to beat his ass too while you beat his ass. But you know.
Oh no, I mean, if a woman hits a man, is it okay for him to hit her back?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking about I don't know. I feel like.
Does it have to be like a circumstance, like a certain scenario for him to have to hit her back first?
A lot of men are weak. I learned that.
Okay.
So, even then, weak men, they probably still, like, that's a standard that you want to uphold, is that you don't touch women no matter what you go through with them. Like, if it's abuse, then
But a lot of men were raised differently.
Yeah.
And a lot of men were told different things. Like, if a woman hits you, hit her back. If a woman hits you, try to restrain her. If a woman hits you, talk it out. But I feel like a man should never put his hands on a woman because they have more consequences than a woman does. Men can go to prison. Men can lose their kids. Men can lose everything. A woman, she can file a restraining order. She can lie about shit. People will believe her. Men don't really get the crowd that believes them. They get the crowd that looks at them like, oh no, you abused her. You hit her, you abused her. Yeah. So when it comes to that kind of question, like I said from that clubhouse shit, it was just like people were going at it like, no, some men go through abuse when they were younger, so then that's why they think in the head it's like, okay, it's okay for them to do it, but it's my turn. Yeah, like, no, it's not your turn to do that. It's your turn to make better decisions and don't make the same mistakes the people did when they hurt them.
I'm sorry.
It's just, you might have to edit this, but
but
I just feel like it's a hard topic for a lot of people because like there was a woman that was just like, oh, she was abused, almost paralyzed and all this other stuff. She's only 127 pounds and 5'3". The man was like 250 pounds and he was 6'5". So it's like we don't have the upper hand to fight off a man. Some women do. Some women are brolic as hell and they're able to fight men. But when it comes to smaller women, I don't think men should put their hands on a woman that is not up to their level and fighting. You can fight a grown woman if you feel like you can fight a big woman, go ahead, but
I tried that one day. She was definitely about to beat my ass.
See, and it's like, even women, like, is it okay for a woman to hit another woman because of whatever situation they got going on? It's like, you guys should never resort to fighting unless it's like you guys already set a date saying like you guys wanted to fight, but it's just like about a nigga. Obviously, this is like the first topic that you'd always have to hear. Is like, if a woman's fighting another woman over a man, I just lose all respect for them, honestly, because it's just like, I'm not fighting you over no man. There's a million dicks in the world. You feel me? Like, I'm not fighting you over no little shrimp dick. Yeah. So it's like, you can have him, but I'm not losing my hair and my nails because you want to fight over him. He ain't paying nobody's bills. Yeah. It's just dick.
I feel you. I kind of went through like something like that where it wasn't where I was gonna fight a girl. But it's like, I'm just like, I kind of told you I was already socially awkward. So I was like, messing around with this dude. And I don't even really like talking about it. But, he kind of did stuff to hurt me. And he kind of like, there was a girl that he kind of used to make me jealous. And it was a messy situation. But it's like, I didn't fight her. I didn't fight him. Even though I pretty much got like, I got did like really wrong, like foul pretty much, but I didn't like retaliate or nothing. Like, I just started reading books and stuff, and I know that's kind of lame for some people because I know some people were like, oh, I wouldn't let this happen to me, but I never knew how to like handle that because I'm like, I'm to myself and I trusted somebody and he kind of like, he went against that.
Right.
So, but I just didn't do it because I just, I don't know. It was a fucked up situation, but I tried to better myself in that.
Like when you know there are things that can help you, like reading and writing, because I read, and I don't think that. I don't think right.
That's a good ass mic.
I don't think that it's a bad idea. That's something that can help you cope with what you've been through.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even have that kind of stuff. They don't think that they can do that. Like me, I stay in my room when I feel like I can't be outside or I want to isolate myself because 9 times out of 10, if I go outside, I'm gonna get myself into a bad situation with bad people. And I try my hardest to stay away from those kind of people. But they try to always bring you, or like they always try to bring their energy around you.
I feel you.
And it's so bad. Like, you can never get away from that shit.
I'm like, okay, so I grew up like my mom, she was kind of like, the party girl and stuff like that.
Same.
So I grew up taking care of myself. I grew up, like stuff like that. So I saw the mistakes that they made when they were young. So that's why I'm like, I get called lame and stuff, but I don't give a fuck because, okay, I'm lame, but I lived that kind of life through my mom.
Right. And you lived a good life, because if you weren't lame, you wouldn't be who you are now. And people still fuck with you regardless if you're lame or not. There are people who are just as lame or even lamer.
I'm learning that too.
So it's like, being lame, I don't know. I feel like when people say I'm lame, I'm like, shit, that means I have an energy you really can't fuck with. But other people can, so it's okay.
It's really about, like, energy too. It's like about who you're compatible with. That's why when it's like, if it's a guy or whatever, of course you don't always know that somebody's not who they say they are in the beginning, but you want to be at a level with somebody where, you don't ever have to worry about something like that. So that's like, I don't mind being patient for stuff like that. So, but, of course, you want to be young and have fun, and I've kind of did that. I tried that. It ain't all that. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. So.
Yeah, but we're both still young, so we still got a lot of...
Oh, yeah, I got time for my whole phase. Like, it's coming. It might come, it might not, who knows, I don't know.
How about just a phase where you're, like, see, for me, I don't say it's my whole phase. I say I'm a free spirit. You gotta use different terminologies for this nigga, so if a man tells you you're a hoe, he can't, you can't let him call you that. You say, I'm a free spirit, meaning, like, God gave me this life to be what I want to be, and I'm going to explore my grounds until I figure it out. So if I want to do some whole activities, okay, we're gonna rephrase it, some free spirit activities, okay, because you a free spirit. You is not tied to, your spirit is not tied to nobody else's. You're not married to nobody, you're not engaged, nothing. So you are a free spirit roaming the world, and that's what you need to do. You need to explore your grounds, explore bodies. Obviously, explore other bodies to know what body is compatible with yours. So if you need to fuck 50 people, go ahead, Sandy. Go ahead until you find Mr. 51. If 51 is working out for you, then stop. That's it. People can't just tell you that you a hoe. Because listen, well, who was it? Was it Drea? Your whole phase can be deleted.
Drea.
Do you believe that your whole phase can be deleted?
From the little bit that I know about wholeness, I would say
because your wholeness can be deleted.
Look at Melania. I wouldn't call her a hoe, but First Lady Melania, the old First Lady, she had, like, her nudes and stuff out, and nobody really judged her about that.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, her titties and everything. She was like a nude model. They were. Wow. Everything was out.
Oh, I didn't know.
If I had the picture on my phone, I would show you. But
I'll see it one day.
You might. But so of course, like, the mistakes of your past, they really shouldn't define.
You gotta understand, like, you're a hoe. You're a hoe up until someone comes into your life and then stops that.
Okay.
So that's the only time you're a hoe, because if you're with somebody, how can you be a hoe? You are now with somebody. You are now committed to a relationship with somebody else. You cannot be a hoe. Your wholeness is now gone.
Yep, it's deleted.
It's deleted. It might be in the back of your head. It might still be something that you think about, because trust me, I think about all the shit that I used to do. Hey. And I was a real free spirit. Okay.
But you got stories to tell though.
So it's like, people gotta understand, it's like, you only become a hoe because you have to do things to get to a better situation. Because people be fucking, and girls, like, there was a girl that really bashed another female for telling her to sell her pussy somewhere else. And it's like, people don't know how many girls gotta sell their coochie to really make ends meet. Like, there are bitches who don't have any other resources, no family, nothing, who really gotta sell pussy to really get a meal. Or if they had a kid or a dog, they have to feed their dog or their child. So it's just like, I was listening to her and I applauded her, because she's like, I'm an advocate for bitches, for prostitutes. She's like, I'm an advocate for prostitutes. And I was like, damn, girl, she's in Houston right now popping pussy for $50. And I'm just like, yeah, girls do this. And it's hard for females to make money more than it is for guys, because who was working before any of this? Who was working before women got women's rights, before women could work? It was only men. It was only men that could work. So if we have to fight to work and make the same salary as a man does, then we're gonna have to find different ways to make it. They don't understand that. Men think that we just pop pussy because we want a Birkin bag. Nigga, a Birkin bag is a house. That's what I want. I want a house. That's why I'm popping my pussy, to get a house. Shit, I'll sell my Birkin bag and put the down payment on my house, sleeping on my floor. I don't give a fuck. I got a house now. I sold my pussy for $250,000 on my shoulder, but I went and sold it and bought myself a house. So it's like, you can't really just downplay people on what they do for a living.
Well, like, I feel like I've seen a lot of stuff. So I try not to judge people. Like it's not me. Like it don't got nothing to do with me. You got to do what you got to do to make ends meet, to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like as a woman, I wouldn't sit here and judge nobody else. Like
right, because you don't know what we
business.
might like. We got it good right now. You see, we can make a podcast. We could do a podcast. We were able to do this. There are people who can't even get on a phone. They can't. Right. They can't even pay. They can't go in a Walmart and physically buy one of those straight talk phones. Yeah. They don't have $24 to buy that phone. They don't have $30 to buy that phone. We can do that. There are a lot of people who don't even know, like, there are apps where you can get free meals, but homeless people can't even get a phone. Yeah. Because no one wants to give them $1 because they think they're going to use it for a cigarette or they're going to use it for crack. Like, no one wants to give them that opportunity to better themselves, because there are probably homeless people that really still got brains. Like, their brains are still working, and they probably are using that money for something else. But we're thinking in the back of our heads, nah, that's a J. He finna use it for a cigarette or for some crack or for some dope or some shit. But we just never know until we actually give them the benefit of the doubt and be a human being and help them out. Because imagine if that was me or you and the roles were flipped. A homeless person in their car driving, and I'm outside now, and I'm a beggar, and I'm looking for $1. I'm looking for my first meal of the day. They're gonna drive past me because they think I'm just a regular beggar and I'm doing this. There's a woman on YouTube, they caught her being a homeless person. And then she went to a van and changed her outfit and was a regular everyday civilian. Regular clothes, purse on her shoulder, glasses on her face, walked right out that van. That's why beggars are seen as just beggars. They're not seen as people who want to better themselves, because there are people who are like that make their lives harder to make money. There are people who scam real live people because they just want money. Like they don't want to get a job. They want to be beggars. But you can't be a beggar if you're not struggling. If you're not struggling, why pretend to struggle? That's fucked up. You're really throwing on a facade or a disguise for people who don't have a disguise. That's really how they are. That's really how they live their life. So it's like, if I go outside and I see somebody who wants some change, fuck yeah, I'm gonna give them that change.
No matter what.
That's them. They need it. Like, I don't know where the fuck they're gonna go after this. I might not see them ever again. But shit, I gave them something, you know? So it's just like, how can you tell someone they a hoe for being someone who needs to make money? And how can you call someone a beggar for someone who's struggling? Like, they're begging. They gonna struggle. They gonna beg you because they struggling. What you want them to do? Ask you nicely on a pedestal? Like, honey, they not wearing jeans. They not wearing $600 shoes. Like, and even if they were, that's probably something that someone gave them. You feel me? There are people that are doing videos right now. You know, going outside, giving homeless people Air Forces, giving them a whole outfit, like all types of shit. And obviously they record it. I don't know if it's for clout, but you know, they record it. They show the world what they're doing, stuff like that. But me, it's just like, I can never judge nobody. I done shit that I swear to God, if you judge me, I might beat the shit out of you. Because honey, you don't know what the fuck I have to do. Okay? You don't know what I had to. Shit, I could have robbed somebody of their dog and sold their dog. You feel me? Because that's what I had to do. Now I feel bad, but shit, I had to do something. And it's not saying that you gotta necessarily do that kind of stuff. You could do anything really to make money. Like I said, I was selling all types of shit. I sold my shoes, I sold my Polaroid, I sold mad shit. Things that I had never even touched, things that I weren't even open. It's like, I bought it because I wanted to use it one day, and I never used it. That's it. It's just like, there's things in the world people don't understand. It's like, people are going through it real hard right now, especially with the pandemic. Like, come on now. Niggas can't even go inside the bathroom one at a time. Homeless people are pissing on the streets. The streets that we walk on, we stepping in dried up piss right now. So it's like, come on. If you want to clean up your streets, get these people off the streets. Give them that $1. Give them that $1 so they can flip that shit. I'm telling you, a lot of people know what they're doing when they're on the streets. Look at that little woman that disguised herself. I think she made like $1,000 that day. Let me go outside and be a beggar.
Hey,
I look like one right now.
Might get some money. Okay, so now I'm lost because I don't know what else to talk about. But
I mean, here's other things.
Okay, so my thing is, so I lost my train of thought. You're saying about how, you know, people are judging, you know, people that are prostitutes or beggars or, you know, whatever else. So, you know, I just try to remind myself, you know, that all of that's kind of relative. It depends on who you are. It depends on your experience, because what you've been through and the opinion that you have might be different from somebody else because they haven't been through what you've been through. This is pretty much what we were saying. Yeah. But like, you know, that's why you don't hold weight to people's opinions, especially if the energy's not good there. If it's not good intent, if it's not, you know, somebody trying to uplift you and trying to say, okay, you know what, whatever it is, you know, that's, you know, because it's like the only way that you should be held accountable for something is if you don't learn from it.
Right.
Is if you don't grow from it. If you don't try to better yourself.
Yep.
If you don't right your wrongs, then that's when you deserve to be held accountable.
Yeah,
but if you're doing stuff to, you know, to act, if you like, you know, if you're doing what you can to make ends meet to survive, but you have a goal in mind, you have somewhere that you're trying to be, then, you know, who cares about people's judgment? If they're not helping you anyway, then fuck them. That's what I had to learn. Like I'm like a people pleaser, you know, like, and now I have to learn how to say no. I have to learn how to have boundaries.
Nope.
And that's the only way you can really survive out here is if you're emotionally strong. You know, because people, they do stuff like that. They do that to get to you.
Right. And when your emotions get touched, it's like you're letting them get to you.
That's hard.
That's what I told many people before. I was just like, if you feel like someone's saying something and they're trying to direct it towards you, like, mind you, I have to say these words, trying to direct it towards you, it's literally your mind. It's your decision to either let it get to you or don't let it get to you.
It's how you interpret it.
It's like if the shoe fits, wear it. But if you know that's not you, that's not your character, that's not how you operate, that's not the environment that you know or you grow up in, and that's just not how your personality is, don't let that shit offend you. Because once you let it offend you, that's when you start to talk back. That's when you start to, you know, cuss people out. That's when you start to throw trigger fingers at people. And it's just like, you already know that's not you, but you're making it seem like it's about you. So now it is you. Yeah. And now you made yourself that character. You made yourself fit the description of what they're talking about. So if they say, oh, hoes selling pussy and shit like this, or, you know, bitches out here tricking niggas and shit, and a girl comes out like, what you mean we out here like, you responding already puts you in that position as a female that, you know, you trick off on niggas, or you a prostitute because you let that shit get to you. Because you probably have done something like that, but you don't want to put it in those words. You don't want to say you sold pussy. You want to say, oh, you was trying to make some money to get some food. That's what you was trying to say. But because they said it in a different way in your head, you just feel like that's something that triggered you. Now you feel like, damn, I'm selling my coochie for food, and he's talking about I'm selling my pussy just to get a bag. Like, no, you need to do this because you need something out of it. It's not that you want it. You need to do this. That's your only option. So it is hard for people to want to come up and say what they got to do because people judge them. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I be asking people, like, what do you do? And they don't want to tell me. 9 times out of 10 in the back of my head, I already know. They doing some shit that they don't want to speak about. They don't want to be in that position. So it's just like, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to try to force and peer pressure them to tell me nothing, because that's their business. When they're ready, they're ready. And if they're not ready, it's going to show. It's going to show, because they're going to come up. And when they come up, then you go, no, listen, they told me something. They were trying to tell me something, but they didn't tell me. They showed it to me. Now I see 6 months later, this person came up. They got a car. They got a house. They're good. But just a minute ago, they were living in a hotel. You feel me? Like, so I don't say nothing. I just wait to see what happens. When I see the results, then I know for a fact something bad happened, but something good came out of it. And they did it without having to explain what the fuck they were doing. You know?
That, I feel like that's relevant to, like, what I got going on.
Yeah. It's like, you don't gotta ever explain yourself to nobody. Do what you gotta do to get to where you gotta go. Yeah. And that's that. Yeah. And hey, that's open to, like, a lot of different interpretations. Yeah. Like, you know, you could be in the streets doing what you gotta do to get to where you gotta go. You can be going to school, you know, doing what you gotta do to get where you gotta go, you know. So, you know, that's like good. That's some good advice. It's like, that's the best advice you can get in 2021, is because there's no one else that's going to take care of you but you. Right. It's 2021. We were all born from 1995 to anyone from 1990 to 1999. We are now the next generation, Generation Z. So it's like we really can't care what the old heads are saying, because we had to learn from the old heads. Some of the old heads ain't teach us shit. So it's like we had to raise ourselves. So now they can't tell us shit. We're now of age. We're in school. We got cars. We got houses. We got jobs. Niggas are having kids. Girls are having kids. Like, now we're adults. So it's like we can't let old heads keep telling us what to do. And we can't let the young niggas look at us and be like, oh, I'm going to learn from them. But we out here doing all types of shit. You feel me? Like, where no one's on the same page. We literally got groups of the world that's in different types of brackets right now. You got people who make money and don't spread it, don't, you know, give back. And then you got people who make money, give back. Then you got people who make money, don't know how to explain how they make it in, but they gonna try to help you make some money.
Right. Those are the real people.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you got the people who make money and just be shiesty as fuck. They hustle out of their friends, they hustle out their family, they hustle out anybody, strangers, anything.
So let me ask you a question about that. Have you ever met anybody that has done something like that? Have you ever had any experience like that?
They steal from me? No. Because I be like, I'm broke. I ain't got nothing to give you. I'm sorry. I can help you, but I ain't got nobody. I be telling people, like, 9 times out of 10, no, there will be people that come to me like, yo, can you give me a couple $100? And I'd be like, my cousin, for instance, I'm not gonna say her name, but she asked me for $750 because that's literally her tuition. $750 exactly, and some change. And I used to go to her to get my hair done all the time. I would throw her money. I was like, I would always ask her how much, because it's never a set price for me. That's family, and I know she's in school. So I said, how much? And she'd be like, whatever, like, whatever you got. I hate that, because it's like, you know, you need some amount of money. You know, you need a bill to be paid right now. So whatever bill you need to pay, let me know what the amount is, and I'll help you cover that bill. She just said whatever. So I sent her $120. Now weeks go by, and that's what she asked me for, that $750. Now I had put her on to doing my brother's hair, because she do hair. So I said, you want to make some more money, let me know, my brother needs his hair done. She wanted to get smart with me and tell me, why can't you do it? I was like, that's not my field, but you're good at it. You did my hair, I'm trying to offer you some money, you said you needed it, so here's my offering. But because she wanted to be a smart ass about it, I said, you know what, I'll find somebody else. And then she goes, you could watch YouTube videos, all types of shit, just coming at me. You know, you came to me for $750 and I didn't want to give it to you, but now I'm finding an opportunity for you to make the money and you don't want to take it. You want to be a smart ass. So what I told her was, like, it's not my field, you just needed $750 from me, now you don't need the money. I was like, have a good day. I don't get disrespectful, no family members, no friends, because here's what's gonna happen when you get disrespectful. You lose that relationship, you have to rekindle that relationship. And it's gonna be back and forth, like, oh, you did this for me, but you can't do this. Like, no, that's not how it's gonna go with my family. I already don't barely speak to my family, so it's just like, if they come for me for money, I know it's because they know I got it. Then my family don't check up on me, they don't ask me no questions. I post that I'm in Atlanta and I'm living my good life. They in Boston, you know, in the cold working. So it's just like, they can't tell me, oh, I'm an asshole. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just like, I had to get it out the mud, so now you gotta get out the mud.
You have boundaries.
Yeah, and I tried to help you feel me? It's like, I'm not gonna always just give money away, but I will always help you find the way to make that money. It's never a charity case. It's never, you know, it's never like a loan. You feel me? Like, and for me, loans are things that you pay back. Okay then. So if you asking me to borrow money, borrow means you gonna give it back. And don't tell me you're gonna borrow money from me, and I'm gonna hold you to your own word. I'm not saying, okay, I'm gonna give you this and I'm expecting you to pay me back. If you say you're gonna pay me back, that's on you. I never ask anyone to pay me back because I know people are struggling. And that's a real word in 2020. In 2021, it's gonna be a more real word. They gonna make a different word for it. It's not even gonna be struggling no more. They making different words for hoes. They calling you treesh and all types of stuff. So it's like, they gonna come up with a new word for anything. And when you start struggling, they gonna look at you like you broke for real, like you can't do anything.
I own it though. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Look, I'm just like, you know, where I work at it, like, you know, it's a lot of people.
If that's what you're an advocate for people like that. You're an advocate for people who
I own my brokenness.
Yeah, you're an advocate for people who need who see a come up coming. Like you are the come up, and if you working, that's perfect. As long as you got a job, you already know that you're gonna come up. A lot of people don't got jobs. They gotta just really find something.
That takes a lot though to be able to do that, because I'm not, like, I know I'm not cut out for like stripping or whatever, because I'm so. Is there like a socially awkward stripper, a successful one?
There could be, but we just don't know.
I mean,
and we don't know how socially awkward she really is.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, yours could be different. Yours could be higher or lower. It depends, and it depends on your environment. Like you might find that good club that you could work at. That there's a lot of socially awkward motherfuckers, but it's just like, you gotta explore your grounds. Free spirit shit, I'm telling you. And that's it. There's nothing else you can do besides explore your grounds. And if you gotta walk that path that you don't want to walk down by yourself, do that shit. The fuck? Ain't no one else gonna walk down it with you. You gotta do it yourself. figure out what's down there. If something good come out of it, you're gonna go to a different path and you're gonna work that bitch. A lot of people be looking at you like, okay, you in school, right? Mm-hmm. You pay for school. Mm-hmm. You got money. That's what they think. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Anyone in school, you got money automatically.
Yeah, I'm broke. Hold on, let me just tell you the truth though. If anybody ever assumes that, I've been struggling, like no money for food, no money to go nowhere. I've been struggling, no, like negative in everything in my bank account. I've lived that life.
Right.
So
I'm telling you, they will think, and that's exactly what a lot of young people think though. It's like if you're in school, if you're in college, and you got money. No, there are people who can't even drop out. Dropouts exist in college, honey. Dropouts do exist. If it happens in high school, it can happen in college. Yeah. College is an option. People don't understand that. College is an option. It's either you want to be in school to get this degree and then pay off your debt, your tuition, all this stuff, or you find a better solution, a faster way to get to what you wanna do. Mm-hmm. Because there are certifications that you can you can get for a couple different, career paths and stuff like that. Where then you go to school and then you take that 1 or 2 year 2 year semesters or whatever the fuck to get your degree. Right. There are people that don't know that because they think only school is the way to go. Yeah. And there are people who go to school. This is what people don't understand. People go to school because they have a better brain than just a certification. Mm-hmm. You're smarter than just a certification. That's why you go to university. You don't go to a community school because you're gonna make more credits. No, you go to community school because you don't got the brain for it. You go to a community school because you don't got the credits for it. You go to a university right off rip because you got the brain for it. You know you can make that money back.
You're prepared for that.
Exactly. And even if you are struggling, you're gonna pass this struggle. You're gonna get through it. Because that's what you put in the back of your head. You put yourself in that pedestal. And even if you didn't, you're gonna stick with it because you already know my decision was to be in school. It wasn't to be in a program or a class for 6 hours or 4 hours, paying $600 a month just to get a certification. Yeah, that's not what you want. You want something better for yourself, and that's why people stay in school. And I never downplay nobody that's in school.
It's a lot. It's really like
I'm a dropout.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a dropout. I'm
like from community college, and this is huge. Like these people, like I changed my major from marketing to film, so. I had like the one semester that I actually like really did my major for marketing. I saw a lot of like of my classmates, and they were so like they knew what they wanted. They knew what they wanted to work. They knew what they wanted to do, mm-hmm. and I don't know none of that. That like being in that, it just made me realize that like I don't know if this is for me. If this is really what I want to do.
You gotta explore. Yeah. It's always gonna take some exploring to do before you even just decide what you want to do. Yep. Like, I don't know what I want to do. There's so many things I'm still exploring. I haven't even been to the strip club yet to audition. You feel me? Like, I don't really know if I want to go in there and twerk my ass in front of a couple people. Yeah. Like,
that's a lot to even think about.
You gotta think about that. Like, they looking at your ass cheeks. Can you really clap them bitches? Yeah. No. I got flapjacks, honey. I can wiggle. I can wiggle them hoes. I can't really do anything. You feel me? So it's just like, do I have the body? Do I have the face? Do I have the image?
But you don't even really. All you need is you. Like,
you just need a good person. That's what they don't. Yeah. People think you need an ass.
It's not that.
You don't need an ass to be
who you like. You know what? I'm flat chested. That's bee stings. Like I don't have nothing. Like
you don't need anything. There are skinny ass, anorexic ass strippers, bro. Bitches smaller than both of us combined. Like, and they work and they make money. And here's what I realized is like, obviously they made that money to buy their ass and buy their titties. Yeah. A lot of them don't even use their money for that shit. A lot of them go to the gym, they work out, they start taking like replacement meals and shit. There's a natural stripper. There's only one natural stripper I know, and she works at Magic City, I think, still. And I used to dress her for Magic City, the calendars. I only worked there for like a week. And then her name was Jess something. I'm gonna find her Instagram again. And I swear to God, she's the only natural stripper I know. And even if she lied to me and told me she's not natural, she looked natural. Mm-hmm. So that's the best part about it, is like she looks natural. And I can't say nothing to her because I'm just like, damn, bitch, you ain't even use your money for nothing. You used your money to get a house, get your
better
kids.
Yourself.
Yeah, to get your kids straight, to buy a new car. She ain't used it to look good. She used it to be good and feel good.
Thing? Oh, that's that one too, but.
It's like she knows what she got going on. She ain't used her money for. I'm so proud of her, bro.
Jess, right?
Yeah, Jess something.
We're proud of you, Jess.
I'm so proud of her.
So proud of you.
I'm just like, it's like, I've never in my life would have ever thought like a woman like her would be like, and she's so, you know how people be like, strippers be bougie.
Yeah.
You know, they stuck up in their ways. They don't want to talk to, and it's crazy because they don't even want to talk to females that don't got money. That's not just niggas. They don't talk to females that don't got money. So, bougie bitches, they don't care how pretty you are. If you a bitch that's pretty and got no money, what the fuck you pretty and not with no money for? Why can't I be pretty with no money? That's my question. Why can't I be pretty?
Yeah.
Why can't I be a struggling pretty bitch?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you.
But it's wrong to bougie pretty
fuck
bitches.
Them, though.
Exactly. It's always gonna
fuck
be
them in their the numbers they have on their pages, all this shit.
Always,
fuck all
and
of
it's always gonna be those females that want to downplay the females that are coming up the normal way.
But you got a story to tell though. So when you get to
like,
where you need to be, you got something to sustain you, make you powerful, strong, all that shit.
Who was it? Because I was watching Justin LA. You know that you don't have Instagram, do you?
I do, but
okay. There's a page called Justin LA Boy.
Oh, okay, I know who that is.
So Revolt TV was was launched by Diddy, and Diddy helped him get his show on his channel. So I was watching the second episode, which was with Saweetie, who just broke up with Quavo.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a big tragic. That was crazy.
Sad. I'm so sorry.
So hell no, this nigga put his dick in other bitches. The fuck,
shit.
and he tried to give her a fucking Bentley as a gift to. Like,
oh wow.
No. So she's on that show, right? And she's just like, I need a nigga with 9 figures if I'm already making 8. She's talking about how she need a nigga who got more money than her. So it's like, you want to be the broke bitch in the relationship, because that's exactly what it sounds like. And at the towards in the middle of that conversation, it's like, if you making more money than your nigga, he broke, right? That's what he said. That's what the episode said. We're gonna pull that up somewhere up here. And then it's like, she's just like, I mean, well, describe how much money. Like, is he making less money than me, or am I making like, or is he just like, you know, broke? No, being broke is not making less money than you. Being broke is not being able to pay bills. It's not being able to go out. It's being like, it's a lot of things, but it's not you making less money than someone making less money than you. It's never that, because there are jobs where people are making money paying off mortgages within a year and a half. There are jobs where people are paying off mortgages within a decade, and it's because of their field. Yeah. So you have a celebrity, and then you have a dentist, and they're together. Who's making more money?
Probably the celebrity.
Okay, then they got shows, they got merchandise, they got music from 1999 that's probably still running, and they're still getting numbers on that. You feel me? A dentist only makes whatever the fuck they can make when they're at work. Yeah, they're not making money off clock. They're only making money when they're clocked in. You're a celebrity's clocked in damn near every fucking day. You in the studio, you making money. You outside taking photos and you know, promoting your music and selling merchandise out the Sprinter van. You making money. You sleeping, you making money, because your record's still being played. They still being bought. Ain't no dentist making money off teeth he already fixed 3 months ago. Yeah, he already got paid for them teeth. You feel me? So it's just like, that's a good person. That's a good career. That's a good path. But they're broke. That's what you're telling me? A dentist is broke? Hell no. Right. Because if you weren't a celebrity, if Saweetie's not in that position, if she wasn't making 8 figures and she was still working a 9-to-5 job, she'd be broke then.
And the dentist will be richer.
Exactly my point. So you can't downplay somebody who got a regular job. Yeah. You can never do that. Yeah. Tell me that don't make sense. That makes perfect. You can't tell me you dating a manager at Louis Vuitton. And then you got a producer. Who's making more money?
The producer.
Okay then. Louis Vuitton only making money when they clocked in, no? Producer making money every goddamn hour. Selling beats. Making the music smooth so you can hear every beat, every note, everything. They making music in they sleep. They get text messages talking about, can I pull up to the studio? Even when they're not at the studio and someone wants to use their studio, they getting paid for that. Oh, I'm charging $600 per hour. You feel me? So like, when it comes to the music industry, and like when I watched that episode, I really did not like Saweetie in that episode, because she really downplayed a lot of people, and especially where she came from, after talking about she was sleeping on the couch and she was home hopping and shit. Like, bitch, you talking about now you want a nigga with nine figures? Like, come on now, you just made it within the 2-3 year time span. Cool, yeah. But there are people who gotta go 5 to 10 years to get where you are. So are you gonna wait with them 5 to 10 years, or are you gonna try and find somebody else? Yeah. And if you're going to try and find somebody else, that means you don't really care about that person trying to come up. Right. You don't want to watch them come up. And you're not going to help them come up. You just want to see them. Oh, what was it? The girl in the crowd was just like, oh, when you come up, come get me. That's fucked up. That is so beyond fucked up. Because if the roles were switched, and that nigga said, when you come up, come get me, that bitch go feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Okay, then. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
You can't say that about a nigga, but then when a nigga say that about you, it's a different story. It's like, nigga, why the fuck you want to talk to me, nigga? If you ain't gonna give me no money, like, you just sound like you finna trick off this nigga right then and there. You already asking for money, and you don't even know this nigga's last name. You don't know what his mama look like. You don't know his cousins look like, but you want to ask this nigga for money. And I always say thank you to any nigga that even offers to buy me anything. Normally down here, I've already seen it. Like, niggas don't even, in the store, niggas will definitely be asking you, like, do you want something from the store? Like, they always ask that question. You want something from the store? I'm like, yes. Never say no. You better get what the fuck. You better go in the store with him and get what the fuck, whatever.
I never, like, I don't know how to ask people for help. Like,
of course not. Me too. Like, I have a friend right now. Like, I literally link up with this man, like, almost whenever the fuck I can. And it's like, he will give me the money because he's always asking me how much. And I'm just like, what if I told you I wanted $50,000? Or what if I said I wanted $15,000? Would you give it to me? Like, sometimes I feel like I can't ask for a certain amount because of the brackets and the kind of, like, standards people have. Like, he hasn't seen me make money, so he don't know if I'm really making money, but I am. He hasn't seen my stats on my business. I ain't show him numbers. I ain't show him my inventory. But what I did show him, though, was the money he gave me, I used it for my inventory, so he knows I'm not buying no random shit. I show him my itinerary for shit. Like, I show him what I'm using. I show him my business page, all types of shit. So he knows I'm a real businesswoman.
Yeah.
But it's just, how far can I ask another business person who's not my partner for a helping hand, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, they're going to be like, how much help do you need? Like, is your business, did your business ever take off? Like, you still need inventory? Yeah. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I'm learning about all that kind of stuff. Like this is... all of this is new for me, like being around people and stuff. So
it's gonna be new because, like you just said, you're socially awkward.
Yeah.
But it's because of your past experiences and what you're going through now.
Yeah.
And it's like no one can downplay you on that because we have to work with you. We can't work against you.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to talk to us, like, say if you want to cut this right now, you want to cut it, we can cut it because it's not me.
Yeah.
It's how you feel.
Yeah. And
people can't stop your feelings.
Yeah.
For their own. That's fucked up. Okay?
That's true.
So you can never let someone tell you, oh, why you feel that way? You're weird. Like, no, bitch, I'm not weird. I just don't like you. Or I just can't talk to you. That's how I am. If I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. Yeah. I'll talk to you when I feel like it. That's it. If you can't get with it, get left.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing about having boundaries. Like, I feel like that's probably the most important thing is, like, when, like, okay, it's like already, it seems like it's already innate to you. Like, you already know about boundaries, how to enforce them, how to set them with people, because of you've probably been through a lot of stuff in life. Girl. So you know what it's like to be hurt by people and to learn
I was physically abused by my brother.
Really?
I
went through
so it's
abuse
like
too.
You know, and then like people think it's my relationships or the guys that I've encountered. No, it's family.
Let me tell you something about like that. Like, so when it comes to like me and my family, me being like having to kind of be on my own and stuff, I missed out on a lot of stuff, you know. Yeah. I feel like, you know, and being abused and stuff. I
left at 19.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I missed my nephew's birth. I missed his first birthday. I missed his second birthday. Yeah. I made it for the third. Okay. Now, I left on bad terms with my mom, my brother, and his baby mama. I came back with a clear mind. We all came back to like this, like nothing ever happened. You feel me? Yeah. Because they had know in the back of my head, I ain't thinking about that shit. It's been like 3-4 years now. You think I really give a shit? I want to see my nephew now. I want to hug my nephew. I want to be around my nephew. You feel me? I don't care about the disagreements or the grudges that we had when I left.
Okay, so let me ask you about that. So what do you do, you know, to make sure that doesn't happen for you again? Like, what do you do to make sure that you learned from that situation you had with your family? Those, you know,
you just gotta learn your limits with conversations. Right. You gotta learn people's moods. You gotta learn what triggers them. And like, my brother's BM really moved in with us right off rip like that, because it was like, I don't know if her family was just disagreeing with their relationship or whatever. My mom let her in though. and they had a baby, but they had to move out because once you got a baby in your mama house, you gotta get. She ain't raising no other kids.
That's how it works.
That baby that come out of her coochie, you better take that baby on somewhere else. Section 8, whatever the fuck you gotta do. But here's the thing: your parents will definitely help you get to where you need to go with that baby. It's just that you can't raise that baby there. Yeah, you know, my mom done told me, bitch, you get pregnant, you going right back to where you got pregnant from. Shit, if I got pregnant at another woman's house, another grown woman's house, where you going? That's where I'm going. And if she ain't accepting it, shit, you better find something. Woman's shelter, something. There are things the government does have for people who unexpectedly have kids. They don't know that. They just jump to their family members like, can you help me? No, try to find your resources. I was pregnant. I had a miscarriage in 2018. I went through DFACS. I went through WIC and everything. I had gotten everything I needed before I just jumped to my mom. I didn't even tell my mom. I didn't tell her nothing. The only people that I told was like 3 or 4 people that knew that. That was it. Till this day, people don't know that. It's 2021. That shit's still fresh to me. Because that was my first. That was probably my last. Because now I just can't trust a man to tell me, pull out. No. Niggas will take condoms off and do all types of crazy shit and try to trap you with a baby. And it's like, that's not going to keep me around you, you know?
Yeah, baby does not keep anybody.
Nothing. It doesn't even keep a relationship. Yeah. It can really make or break a relationship.
It can definitely break one.
Because it's like, who's really mentally prepared for that? Yeah. You thinking physically you prepared because you might have got it like that. But shit, having your baby's already 10 grand in the hospital. You have to pay for them to pull that baby out of you.
That's half the battle too.
That's half of it. Yeah. That's not even all of it. Then you gotta, apparently, I don't know if this is real, but I saw on a piece of paper, hopefully it was Photoshop, skin to skin contact. When they have to give you your baby, you have to pay to hold your child.
Oh yeah, you do. You probably do have to do that. Yeah.
That's real then, because I've seen it on a couple, not just one.
They pay you for everything.
They charge you for everything. Yeah. So when you're talking about you want a baby or you know you're ready for one, just understand what that comes with. That comes with paying your medical bills for at least 6 months to a year. You're still paying that medical bill, and that's why people have home births, because home births are cheaper. You just got to pay for the midwife, you know, stuff like that, and whoever comes in to push that baby out. Yeah. But for me, it's like, no one understands how hard it is to be an adult until you're an adult. Children can't say shit about adults until they're an adult. And young teenagers can't say nothing until they hit 21 and their parents kick them out and they start getting into arguments and stuff like that. Because after I turned 18, my mom stopped caring. She stopped caring about when I came home. She stopped caring about what I did. The only thing she ever cared about was if I was unlocking the door at a certain time. You feel me? Like, if you coming home at 5 o'clock, make sure you coming home alone. Because she don't want to hear my footsteps and then another pair of footsteps. Because she already know what's going on. Yeah. She's not going for that. But because I'm of age now, I was living in my mom's house. I'm of age and I was paying her $400 a month for rent. She didn't give a fuck. She heard me and heard my bed thumping. She knew what the fuck was going on. My mom bedroom door is right next.
I should have did that when I had the chance, man.
Man, no, it's because once you're an adult and she's just like, okay, you got money now. You want to still live in my house? You're going to pay me rent. Yeah. You can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you give me my money. Yeah. That's what your parents start thinking. Because, like, now they're a landlord. They're not your parents no more. You're still living in their house. They still feeding you.
But they still be trying to be parents, though. Let's be honest.
They do. But my mom, I don't really see her for her to be doing that shit. It's like, like I said, her niggas be younger than me. Come on.
She be out there living life.
Man, well, I try to control her. I feel like I'm the mom. Like, what the fuck you doing with my... Nigga, that's my co-worker. What you doing with Sean from Dick's... Like, what the fuck? Like, come on now. So I be, like, looking at her, like... Me and my mom laugh at a couple things, like... With her boyfriends that she be talking to, niggas that she be showing me screenshots and stuff, like...
Oh, wow.
And then, like, this one time now, she was taking me somewhere, right? And she goes, you're grown. I don't know why she felt like she couldn't talk to me about this. So she's like, you're grown, right? I was just like, what do you mean I'm grown? She goes, can I talk to you about this? And I was like, Mom, I'm your child. What the fuck you asking me that type of question? I was like, I feel like I should be asking you, can I talk to you about this? You feel me? She goes, so on Instagram, like, what kind of messages do you be getting? I'm just like,
oh, Lord.
I'm like, what kind of messages do you be getting? Because you're asking me this question. She goes, so niggas don't be sending you dick pics? I'm like, yes, Mom. Niggas send me dick pics. Why?
Wow.
She goes, because I got dick pics in my Instagram. I was like, of course. My mom is fine as hell. She's tatted the fuck up. She's Jamaican. Okay? She got her own shit. Come on now.
Okay.
My nigga ain't gonna send her a dick pic to a Jamaican woman that tatted up with her own shit. My mom, her house is nice as hell. Okay? And I don't say nothing to her. I just be like, listen, your response is your response. Know what comes after that. If you initiate a conversation with this man, it's because you responded to the DM. Me, if the nigga send me his dick pic, that's not no conversation starter. That's a block and a restraining order. Okay? My mom talking about some nigga sent her a dick pic, but he unsent it, and I was like, did he say that he didn't mean to or something like that? She showed me the messages saying he said a whole paragraph talking about I apologize for the he said a whole paragraph apologizing for the video. He didn't mean to send that, all this type of shit. He's like he found her beautiful, all types of stuff, and then the conversation went downhill because it went back to the picture, and that's where he fucked up. So that's what got into her head, like he really meant to send it because he remembers he's like, oh, so did you like it?
Wow.
Why'd you have to ruin it?
Dumbass.
You apologized for the video, but then you went and tried to flirt, but you flirted the wrong way.
Yep.
And that's why now you can't get that woman.
Why do dudes think that that's how you flirt with people though? Like, what's up with their brains? I don't get it. Like,
I be thinking that's the only way they know how.
Sex. That's it. That's all they think about.
And niggas never. It's funny because I always say this to men when they try to talk to me. It's like, why you want me? He goes, cause you're beautiful.
Cause you different. You just different.
And I'd be like, well, shit. A lot of niggas say that. Shit, I even feel that way about I know I'm different. You don't gotta tell me something I already know, but why do you want me? Right. Niggas be like, I don't know. You just make me feel away.
I just want to waste your time.
I'm like, nigga, don't waste my time.
I just want to hurt you.
No, we're not doing that. Yeah. You can waste your mama time. Right. But not mine.
Some other bitch.
Something else.
Find you something else to do. The next person that tries me, I swear to God, I'll hurt you. Like, I'm going to jail. She's violent. I'm going to jail. Like, I got it all planned out. Try me if you want to. You gonna get fucked up.
This is not going on.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. I'm being very, very honest. Like, please. I don't got time.
Don't listen to her.
I just don't got time. Like,
don't talk to her then.
Just stay away from me. Like,
red flag.
Yeah. I'm a walking red flag. Like, trust me. Don't fuck with me. If you don't have good intentions, stay the fuck away.
And if you see her on the street, just know it's all hell.
Just walk on the other side. Don't fuck with me.
But that. But and here's the thing, because there are women that really be like, nigga, I ain't shit, you know. And I tell niggas, I'm not shit. Don't fuck on me, nigga. You'll wake up and your wallet gone. Okay. Don't play on me. I'm shiesty for real. No, but see, like, I'm not like that. I just be laughing and seeing if niggas take me seriously. But when a nigga take me seriously, I know for a fact I can't joke around with a nigga like that because he probably been around bitches who really do that shit. So you know, can't play around with niggas like that because they will have a strap under their pillow.
Oh yeah, they'll hurt you.
And you know, so if it's like, if I tell a nigga I'm gonna take his wallet and he can't laugh at that, it's because it's probably happened. Yeah. You know? If I tell a nigga I'm finna run off with your car or I'm finna key your car and he don't laugh, it's because it's happened and he don't like that shit.
But he probably deserved it.
Probably. No funny shit. He probably did. But here are things that females don't understand, that it never has to go to like damaging somebody's heart physically or their body or their belongings. Because it's just like before, if a woman hits a man, is it okay for him to hit her back? Yes. Because why do women think it's okay to start hitting men? Why is it the first thing a woman thinks is to hit a man over an argument? Bitch, it started with talking. How did it get physical?
There's other ways you can hurt somebody.
How did it go from verbal to physical? Yeah. Because a woman wanted to get physical. Mm-hmm. And then she wants to test his gangster by seeing if he really gonna hit her. Talking about some, hit me, nigga. You are antagonizing somebody. You are peer pressuring them to hit you. And if you want that to really happen, it's because you feel like he's not gonna do it. And here you go, giving him the okay to do it. Now, if he got you on camera saying this and this goes to court, it's your fault. And it's 99.9% of women in the world trying to put men behind bars for physically hurting them. And it's because they started something. Like me now, I will never in my life, like me, and of course I've hit men. I've physically hit men. But it was just like on some joking shit. To where then, afterwards, I would feel like maybe I hit him too much to where he thinks like now he can play around with me and hit me back. Like, no, now I know I can't play around with him like that. Because now he in a corner, mad as hell, heated, all buffed out, trying to smoke a blunt, but he can't roll the shit because he want to stab me. Like, no. I'm going to hit you as many times as I can before I feel like you're going to say, stop. Yeah. Once you start saying, when a nigga say stop and he walk, I've seen niggas walk away saying stop, and that's because if they walking away, they gonna do something. Yeah. If a nigga sit there and let you hear him, he's on his phone, he's like stop, he not gonna do nothing. He just waiting for you to stop so y'all can chill out. You feel me? But if a nigga walking away from you, honey, you better call the cops. Yeah. Cause that nigga finna throw hands. Yeah. And I seen my principal in high school throw a whole big bitch, probably like 300 pounds bigger than him. He threw her against the wall. Literally lift her up and threw her. I swear to God, lift Jigglypuff, Pokemon Snorlax type shit. Picked her up and threw her because there was a whole fight in the cafeteria. Wow. And he was in the Marines and he's tall and bald headed. We used to call him Thumbtack because that's how his head looked. His head looked like a thumbtack. Mr. Albright, I'm sorry to say this. You on YouTube, sir. Your name out there. I applaud you. But the way you threw that bitch, you can't throw me like that. I'm sorry. This man threw her across the whole... I'm surprised he still worked there. Because you can't be throwing kids like that.
Yeah.
You know? So there are men like that can really throw a female.
Yeah.
And we can't just be throwing hands at a nigga that can throw us. Like, he can throw you out a window, bitch. Like, no, you don't want to do that.
That's why you gotta control your emotions.
And it's crazy because there are men that really don't even be wanting to hit women. It's just we antagonize them. And like we gotta there are women that need to go to rehab or behavioral like programs or something to get that out their heads. Like that's not the first thing you want to do. You don't want to keep hitting somebody first. You want to resolve the situation, dim it down so it doesn't resolve to someone going to jail or going to prison or losing their life. Because who wants that?
So okay, so I feel like this is just based off of us talking. Like, I feel like the main reason why a lot of women hit dudes is because that's the only way that they feel heard.
Exactly.
Like, and I know they don't mean like, okay, because it's like, I like, you know, I've been played. Nobody sat here and told that man that what he did to me was wrong. Nobody said nothing to him. Like, he just got away with it. And I didn't lay a finger on him. I wanted to. Like, I threw some cookies at him. Like, that was it. Like, but, you know, I wanted to beat the fuck. I wanted to fight him myself.
But you see how, like, you threw something, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't no fucking jackhammer. Yeah. It wasn't no chainsaw. It wasn't no knife. It wasn't something that could actually physically hurt somebody and scar them.
Yeah.
You threw food at this man, okay? So the most he can throw at you now is what?
Nothing.
Yeah. It stops right there. What he needs to do is either restrain you or talk to you.
Yeah.
If a man tries to throw something at you, you're going to try and throw something bigger. You're going to try to throw something harder.
I don't want to get in that cycle,
exactly. Though. And that's the cycle. Us not me and you, because I don't know if you still do that, but I don't try to, because I got 2 open cases.
I feel you. I ain't trying to go back to jail either.
So it's like, we gotta stop that cycle of women that think it's okay to start that shit.
Yeah.
Because we can't. That's not the only way we can be heard. There are men that really want to sit down and listen to you.
Yeah.
There are men that can really talk to you.
Yeah.
They can really understand where you're coming from and just to be like, okay, I'm gonna understand and do better, because you're talking to them. Yeah. Don't try and hurt another human being because you feel like that's the only way you can be heard.
And there are a lot of ways you can hurt somebody. But it's like, I guess you really have to know like who's worth investing that energy into, because I know some people, they like you can wish the best for them, but if they don't see what you're trying to get them to see, and not by like controlling them or nothing, but just trying to communicate with them, then that's not a level that they're on.
Nope.
So you know, when it comes, like I've experienced like domestic violence. I want my relationships to be different than that.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like I be fucking up because I get angry and I forget everything. I just see red. Like I forget everything that I tried to learn and ways to control my emotions and stuff. Like I'm trying to better myself as a person.
And people have blackouts. People will black out and just do things. I don't know, because like that's just how they are. Like for me, I feel like I had a near-death experience. Okay, so my seizures, I don't know. I never asked anybody else who ever has seizures, but for me, I feel like I died. I don't remember what the fuck happened. I will never remember anything that ever happens in my seizures. I just don't. So when people ask me, have I ever died before, I feel like I can say yes, but then again, I don't know, because I could have had a pulse on the way to the hospital, but I feel like I didn't, because I just don't remember shit. And I feel like a blackout is death. When you black out and you wake up, you're just like, how the fuck did I get here? That's a near-death experience.
I can see how you feel that way.
You know, because you don't know shit. And when you weren't created, when you weren't in your mom's system, what was you? What were you? How was it? You don't know, because you weren't born yet.
Yeah.
But now, because we're a spirit, people think this spirit inside of you. This is where people start becoming Christians and stuff. And I'm not trying to get into religion, because I don't know nobody's religion, and I'm not one to talk about it. But for me, a spirit is an entity. It is something that is roaming around the world, you know, grasping out of their bodies. Like how when they say if you go through a cemetery, you gotta hold your breath.
Really?
Because the spirits are roaming around the cemetery, and they can, you know, when you get a chill, it's either your ancestors or a spirit going through your body.
I've never heard that.
That's what I was told. When you get a chill or you just randomly shake or something, it's something going through your body, or your nerve is being touched by something. I
feel that. Like I get chills whenever I like just certain stuff, music. You know, when it really like hits me or whatever. That's
it. Could be you talking to your ancestors, or your ancestors trying to talk to you. Yeah. And that's where there are men. I realize down here, it's a real thing. those beads that boys wear around their necks, and it's to remove the evil energy around them, and so their ancestors can protect them.
Really?
And yeah, that's what it was for. At least a couple of them told me that. And I forgot what kind of religion that is. I don't know what it is, but I know it's like they don't believe in a higher power but their ancestors. And they only pray to their ancestors, so to their dead family members, all types of shit. That's who your higher power is, you know. And I'm trying to think about this. Like, damn, is that really what it is? Is that so? I'm like, maybe there is or there isn't a God. I don't know. But listen, I'm gonna learn more about it, and I'm gonna come back to y'all when I get the information I need to know.
Definitely talk about that.
Yeah, because that's different. You know. Now I can see why people think, oh, it could be my ancestors. You know.
Yeah.
Because those are spirits.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that's spirituality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a different word than Christianity. That's something else.
Yeah.
Because when people go to church, they don't talk about ancestors. They talk about God and Mary and Joseph and all type of people that you don't know.
But yeah, and that's the thing, you don't really relate to that. Like,
yeah, because I don't know what the fuck these people.
Yeah, I don't know no fucking Mary. I'm sorry, Mary.
I don't know these people. Mary. Like, I wasn't birthed out of these people. These people were not slaves. They weren't my ancestors. They didn't die for me. You feel me? If they did, shit. They didn't say my ancestors, goddamn, because they died for me for real.
Yeah, what happened to slavery and shit? Like, did y'all not see that?
Come on. And I'm pretty sure they were black people.
Yeah.
They weren't just Caucasians.
Right. Jesus was not white.
Jesus was not white.
He wasn't white.
He wasn't white.
Yeah, but, like, I try to, like, my dad, like, he's Muslim. My mom is Christian. And it's like, I don't really consider myself to be religious anymore.
Because you just don't know.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I believe in God, but as far as, like, going to church and stuff, I don't think that's for me.
Just don't, that's not it. It's like, you don't have to, and people don't have to go to church to believe in God. Yep. I stopped going to church when I was 13 years old. I haven't been to church since. The last time I went to church was when I read the Bible on my phone. That's my church service.
Yeah.
I have the woman's Bible because I'm a woman. I can't relate to everything in the Bible because half the Bible is about a man's perspective.
Right.
Okay. There's not one. There's probably a couple pieces in the Bible that says, "Oh, Mary went here to find him, do this and that." And that. Okay, cool. Majority of the Bible is about a man's perspective. A man wrote the Bible, not a woman. A man wrote the Bible. Okay. So it's from a man's eye point. It's not from a woman's eye point. So if someone's trying to tell me to relate to something from something that has to do with God, my question is, how do you think I can relate to that?
Right.
Where can I relate to that? And why can I relate to it? Yeah. Because you're telling me that I need to, but you're not telling me how. Because that's somebody that did something else for somebody else. I've never experienced that. Who parted the Red Sea? I don't fucking know. I can't part no Red Sea.
Yep.
I can't do any of that.
Yeah, I can't build an ark.
I can't do that.
I can't. It's too fucking cold right now to do that shit. So.
And I know this sounds crazy how we're talking about it, but the way I'm saying it is like, the Bible is saying things that happened before we were born. Okay? Now that supernatural power is just gone. So nobody in the world can part the sea now. Only one man was able to do that, you know? Yeah. Doesn't that kind of sound crazy? So everyone else had powers? Was this all based on God's belief? Was this all based on what God was seeing? And I'm not questioning nobody. I'm questioning, what can we do as human beings now that the Bible was made and we're reading it and we have to listen to it and we have to go by it, but we can't do anything the Bible says? Okay,
so I had like an Uber driver yesterday, and he was talking to me about the Bible. He was saying how, like, Ecclesiastes, or however you say it, in Psalms and stuff, or Proverbs, like, those are like, that's like the manual for life. And I'm curious about that because I've never read the Bible like that. Like, but I've read, Psalms and stuff, and a lot of that stuff. Or one thing he said was, a lot of the sayings and stuff that we know today or whatever, a lot of that comes from the Bible. Like, a lot of other people and the sayings that they've had, they base that stuff from the Bible. A lot of stuff comes from the Bible. Like, I like history, so when it comes to, like, just thinking about religion and stuff and, like, having weight and power to it. It's really, I don't think about the supernatural stuff. I don't believe none of that. But it's like, there's my grandma, she's into the Bible. So, she prays and stuff. And that's what it means for me. Is like, you can, you know, you can learn a lot from these religious texts or whatever, you know, like the Quran or the Bible or whatever, you know, because it's a lot of stuff that can help you through life, you know, like forgiveness, anger. That's, you know, I've never really read the Bible, but you know, I tried that, you know, and
I believe some parts of the Bible.
Yeah,
I really do.
But the most important thing for me is developing that own relationship with God. Like I've been able to do that, and you know, having that faith in somebody bigger than yourself, and having a purpose or something that, you know, that kind of guides you, that, you know, that keeps you going, that makes you like, okay, you know, you can have your family too, because that's why I'm here, because my family. But you know, with God, it's like when I don't have them, when I'm by myself, when I feel stuck and lost, you know, I can journal, I can try to, you know, process my emotions and breathe and shit, but it's like when you need that extra,
you need that extra talk, that extra push to actually know that you're okay.
Yeah, you
gotta talk to somebody.
Yeah,
and I mean,
some people don't have that, like, you know, so it's God. That's really awesome. People can go to.
People can pray to their ancestors, pray to God, pray to whoever you believe in. Yeah, because prayer is in different forms. Prayer is not just to God; it's to anybody. That's true. Yeah. You could pray to yourself. God damn it! Yeah, pray just to pray. Pray out loud. Pray for somebody. It's like. That's one thing I will never downplay, is like prayer is something that you can do no matter what, and I swear to God, I feel like something will happen. You know, you speak what you want to happen in real life. You speak that shit in existence. It will happen for you. Yeah. You don't necessarily have to tell somebody your business. You just speak that shit every day. I'm gonna make some money today. I'm gonna make some money today. You will make some money today. Or I'm gonna get a car next month. You will get a car next month. You just gotta put your mind to that. And once you put your mind to it and you pray about it and you speak on it, that shit will happen.
Yeah, that's real. Like, I've seen that. Like, because I feel like I've been kind of a doubter and like. Nah, I beat myself up about my failures and stuff. That's what I do. So it's like
your failures make your accomplishments. Whatever you failed at, that's a failure you needed to take. So that way you already know the next time you go at it again, there's a different way to go about it so where you would succeed. Yeah. So for me, if I said, okay, I'm gonna go to, like me, take me for an example. I'm a good example. I left at 19. It took me 2 years to realize I can't live by myself. 2 years I was living by myself here, and I went back to my mom's house for 1 year. I needed that 1 year push to bring me back here, so where I could be where I am now. Me too. So now I'm living good. I feel good, and I feel better about myself because I went back home. I rekindled my friendships. My family and I are good. I finally see my nephew. You feel me? And you need that. You need that reassurance. You need to go back home, collect your thoughts, and then bring yourself back to where you were and start over again. Because if you go home and you start from where you were before, you're gonna fuck yourself up. Cause you don't even know where the fuck you were. Yeah. You went home to restart. You didn't go home to do something and then come back and finish what you were doing. No, you went home to restart. Because when a start over really means you went backwards.
You shed everything that's old.
Right. You went backwards. So now you back home working. Now you back home paying rent. Now you back home with the regular people that you knew from high school and middle school. Now you're not having fun no more. Your fun is over. Now it's for you to get back on your grind and make sure you stay on your grind till you come up. Yeah. Ain't nothing else to it.
That's the thing about family, like they're there for you.
Exactly. So like my mom will always have a door open for me. She's never gonna downplay me or nothing. Yeah. She will never do that. My mom knows, like, even if I struggle, it's because I decided to leave my house and struggle alone. Yeah. I can't struggle in my mama's house. I ain't finna pay her $400 and be struggling. I would rather struggle outside. You feel me? Struggle outside and still have money in my pockets. Yeah. I can't struggle at my mama's house.
Yeah, I feel you.
You have to be at your mama's house making money. Yeah. You can't just be at your mama's house struggling. Facts. There's no way in hell you can struggle. You at your mama's house. Yeah. She got everything there for you. Yeah. You feel me? If you struggling at your mama's house, what you at your mama's house for? Because then if you struggling, she's struggling too.
That means you're not doing nothing.
Exactly. Really. That means you struggling too.
So what was it like for you, like, in your hometown?
So my hometown, growing up in Boston, it was very hood. Okay, I'm from Dorchester. Dorchester in Boston is not friendly. And I was there till I was 11. Up until I was 11, I was in a whole bunch of shit. So it's like, I went to a place called Chez Vu's where you would roller. It's kind of like Cascade, but like Cascade is strictly roller skating. You feel me? Chez Vu's now, you can roller skate for a certain amount of time. It's from 8 to 12. So I think from 8 to 10 or at 10:30 was like roller skating. Then they put the skates away. Then it was all dancing and like Jamaica, like reggae and like hip hop music. Really nice. Yeah. So afterwards, y'all put y'all skates away and it's just strictly dancing. And like I remember like way back when, like back in like 2009, 10 maybe. Jacquees had came. Yeah, and they had like a little performance. My brother opened up for him and stuff there. It was so cute, but I missed it. I wasn't there. I missed it. I wasn't there. So it was just like, you know, things like that happen. But no one really comes to Boston because Boston's not known for good things. We're just known for food. We're not known for celebrities to pop up and have meetings. Yeah, we're not known for that. So it's just like, I grew up not knowing celebrities. I grew up not knowing rich people. I grew up not listening to hip hop and stuff. I grew up listening to Hannah Montana, watching TV, Nickelodeon, because I didn't have a phone. I was 11. Yeah, so up until 11, I moved to this suburban area called Framingham. And that's where my family is now. So it's just like, I went from being this ratchet ass black girl to being this black on the outside, white on the inside girl. You feel me? So now I'm talking, and I have this mouthpiece on me where it's like niggas will sit down and listen to me talk every day. You feel me? I could talk a nigga ear off.
I can tell you got game.
I could talk a nigga ear off, okay? What? If I could show y'all, I want to post every message in my phone right now. These men are literally like 35, 40 in my phone. And it's because I will sit on the phone with niggas and talk they ear off. Like, yeah, I'm trying to do this. Like, I got a business going. I got my LLC. And I'm, like, you know, just talk a nigga ear off to where you sound like a sexy, independent woman. No nigga want a bitch that gonna leech off him. Yeah. So, like, I had to raise myself. And when I left Framingham after the interaction with my mom now, and I came to Georgia, I was finessing these niggas. I was finessing these. I had put, because Framingham taught me, I'm sorry, but if I guess you got to move to the suburbs to understand how the Caucasian community work. Because once you move to the Caucasian community and you address them as sir and ma'am, and you open doors for them and they open doors for you, and y'all at restaurants, and like, you know, you say, excuse me, like, you do this, you don't do this, you do this. That's how you get a waiter's attention. The finger thing, they know you've been to restaurants. These two fingers, this gets their attention, and they know that you're more of a higher class person. I never used my two fingers so much a day in my life. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I went on a date with a man. It wasn't no trick shit. It was, I just met him off an app. He wanted to go out to eat. And I dressed up really nice because he was a grown man, and I just knew for a fact he probably wanted something. So, obviously, I went on a date with him, not really expecting what happened, but I did expect something. So, we were out to eat. And I'm not lying when I say that. I'm not trying to make the story up in my head while I say it, but I'm just trying to remember it because I was only 15. And this man was like at least 25. So, that wasn't legal. Yes, it wasn't legal. But it was a date, and I told him my age. I didn't lie about shit. So I told him my age, and he was fine with it. So he came and picked me up, right? But I didn't let him pick me up. At my mom's house. Mind you, I'm in a suburban area now. I'm not 11. I left Boston when I was 11, and now it's been 4 years since I moved. So now I'm a mature 15-year-old because I done went to a whole white area, learned how they speak, learned how they dress, all types of things, you know. So it's like, I'm sitting here talking to him, just like, so what's your business like? You know, my posture's up. Yeah, my posture. You know, cross my legs like this. I'm like, so what's your business like? What do you do? Are you a director? Are you a marketing manager? Like, I'm asking 21 questions. I'm over here in my phone looking at my mom texting me, like, make sure you come home. Make sure you come. Because I'm 15. She don't even know where the fuck I'm at. So I'm 15 on a date with a 25-year-old man. And he's asking me, so what do you want to do when you're of age or when you're legal and stuff like that? I was like, well, I want to finish school. You know, my mom told me that the only smart girls get what they want. And I'm a very smart girl. Like, you know, I'm talking to him like, well, I'm in high school. My GPA right now is a 3.2. I'm trying to work it up to a 3.8. And, like, you know, he's asking me, like, how do you think I could do that? I'm like, well, I know I'm going to stay after school most often. I'm going to take some more extracurricular activities.
At 15, you got game.
I'm telling you. And this man was looking at me like, damn. And the first thing he said to me was, if I had a daughter, I wish she'd be like you.
Wow, that's actually really fucked up, but that's crazy.
No, he didn't say it in a way where it fucked me up in the head. It's just like, he goes, if I had a daughter, he's like, what to me in my head is like, well, if you had a daughter that was like me, would you really be out with your daughter?
Exactly.
Like
that's what.
Yeah. So I was just like, he was like, and that's why he's like, don't take it this way. He goes, I just wish girls that I meet on apps as young as you could talk older, you know, Because it's like he wasn't even expecting me to be 15, and he was really risking his life to be outside with a 15-year-old. I didn't look 15. I didn't dress 15, so he was okay with that. And if anyone asks me, I'm going to, obviously, if he can fuck with me in my conversations, I'm going to tell people, like, well, I'm not 15, you know, so he can feel more comfortable. So, but because the conversation wasn't as long, and because, like, my mom wanted me home, I was 15, I was just like, we can continue this another day. He goes, I'd love to. Took his number down, everything. We had another date probably like a week or two after that. But we had fell out because I moved. I had left at that time. I don't even know where I went. I think I went to my homegirl's house because me and my mom fell out. Then I went back to my mom's house. I had messaged him and told him about how me and my mom fell out and stuff. He goes, yeah, I could see how that would happen because you're not a child. In my head, I'm not a child anymore. I'm a grown-ass woman. So I was talking to my mom like I called her a bitch, out her name, everything. And I was like, now you're not. I was like, I was talking to her like I was 21, you know, because I'd raised myself. The fuck, she didn't raise me. So I was downplaying my mom like, you ain't no mother, like you ain't no mom, you ain't do shit for me. And then he would talk to me like, you can't talk to your mom like that, all types of shit. And I understood where he was coming from because it was like I'm still under her house, you know, in her roof and all types of shit. So I was just like, let me not do that. It took me some time to be a mature 15-year-old, but I kept maturing because of my environment. And that's what I be trying to tell females. It's about your environment and who you're around. Because if I was starting to talk to grown-ass men at 15, they knew I had game. They knew I was a woman that had stamina. I had a good stature. Like, I knew how to carry myself. So it's just like, anyone could do it. Even socially awkward people can do it, okay? You can really put a game plan on, put on a good, you know, disguise. And just let people know, like, even if you're socially awkward, you can still get a bag. You ain't gonna fumble that shit. You can still get a bag. Regardless. Because there are niggas that like girls who are quiet. There are niggas who like females that don't like to talk too much, don't like to do too much. There is a man out there perfect just for you, girl. Okay? And they don't care how you are. For me, I tell niggas all the time, I'm a weird ass bitch, bro. I'll pick in your nose while you're sleeping, okay? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'll stick my finger in the ear, give you a wet willy, all types of shit.
You sound like my auntie.
Man, my auntie be grabbing my coochie, bro.
Oh my god.
She be gripping I be walking past her. She be trying to grab my coochie, bro.
Oh my god.
Auntie Diana, please leave my coochie alone, okay? Please leave my coochie alone. She'll grab your nipples, all types of shit. I don't know why she feel like that's something you should do. Like, yeah, man, what the fuck? I'm 23. Why are you still grabbing my coochie?
You have a weird family.
Hell yeah, we all weird, and that's the best part about it, is because we're all weird. We know we're all weird.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, ain't nothing different about anybody. Like, no one's special in my family. Nobody.
Yeah.
We all just fucking weirdos. Yeah. And we all can't stand each other. So it's like, you gotta get with it or you get left. Like, that's it. There's nothing else to it.
Same.
So if a nigga can't accept you for who you are and how awkward you are, fuck that nigga. The fuck?
Facts.
There's 7.5 billion people in the world, and it still keep growing. Niggas is having babies right now. Someone just popped out a baby. So it's like, what more can I do for you? You want me to be perfect? You want me not to be weird? Okay, cool. Being perfect means if you don't have conversation, you do what you want. You do what you want me to do. No, I do what you want me to do, and you do what I want you to do, and that's that. No arguments, no disagreements, no nothing. If I wear something, you don't like it, I take it off. That's being perfect. That's listening and making sure everybody perfect and happy and no one has to argue. You know what that's called? That's called a utopia. We don't live in a utopia. A utopia is perfection. There's nothing, there's no rules, there's no laws, everything is perfect. We don't live in a utopia. We live in an economy where they fucking sell children, okay? Yeah. Let's think of it like that.
We live in a society.
We live in a fucked up world where they sell kids. That's not perfect. Mm-hmm. You don't sell children in a utopia.
Yeah. I mean, you expect perfection out of anybody. It's crazy to me. Like, we all know that we're not perfect. Like, so that's just how I see I don't know anything about like relationships or dudes or nothing. So, you know, that's kind of how I get played and stuff.
You know how I just told you about that Respectfully Just an episode with Saweetie? Mm-hmm. Now I have a notification. Saweetie wants to rekindle relationship with not with Quavo, but with Justin. Wait, I think it is Quavo. I guess so. Quavo takes back Bentley he gifted Saweetie.
Well, imagine though if she was actually trying to get back with him. Like, she just trying to move on quick.
And then they go at it. I guess they went at it on social media, following. Like, you see what I mean?
They're gonna get back together.
And here's another thing. I could never date a rapper. I could never date a celebrity or a rapper. You know why? Relationships way more public than a regular relationship. Yeah. For me and you, our relationships are rock like this. They're solid. Like, I could have a relationship with a nigga and only 5 people know about it. Yeah. They outside, paparazzi. Yeah. The whole world know. You feel me? Ain't no one taking pictures of me and my nigga. We regular smuggler people from wherever the fuck. Yeah. This bitch is an artist. He's an artist. And they're known globally. Yeah. You know? And it's how public you make your relationship. It's how good it's gonna get or how bad it's gonna get. It's on you. If you want to make your shit public, you want to post pictures of you and your nigga every day until the bitch he was fucking with last week pops up and says, oh, you were the bitch he left my house for? Wow. Oh, he left your house when? April 27th at 4:45 in the morning. Wow. Because he kept getting a phone call from someone saying, come home, the kids are hungry. Wow. So, see, look at that. She found y'all. She found you because you wasn't as slick and shiesty and sneaky that you thought you were.
Dudes really think that they're slick and just, why though? Like, no, you get caught, bro.
You get caught right when you leave the house.
Yes, you get caught trying to get away with the shit. It just don't work. Like, honestly, to me, a player is somebody that can be honest and get exactly what they want from you. That's like somebody that's got to, like, you know, play games with you, your emotions, and lie to you and shit. That's a lame. That's a loser. And that's for me. Like, I don't know nothing about the streets or nothing, but... And we're not dealing with
losers all 2021. Yeah, fuck that. We're not doing that. No.
Yeah, fuck the losers.
No.
Yeah, unless you're, you know, just fuck losers. Unless you're, like, trying to better yourself, fuck you. Like...
Nigga said, can you be with somebody who work with a 9 to 5, even if you're making 8 figures?
Could you? Have you ever, like, worked, like, at, you know, like, the, like, minimum wage jobs and stuff like that?
Not down here, though. I mean, I worked one job down here, and they paid me $11 an hour. By then, our minimum wage was 12, maybe 13 up north. Damn, that's... But that was fine. It was just $2 more, so I wasn't complaining. But that was the only job... Oh, 2 jobs. I worked for $8 an hour. So basically, I did work for the minimum wage down here. So $8 an hour. I worked 2 jobs in Georgia. IHOP. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. I worked like 3 or 4 jobs in this bitch. So I worked at Regis, RGIS, which is an inventory.
Oh, I know what that is.
An inventory company. Where you go around to Ross and stuff, and you would see them motherfuckers in there. You probably
with
saw
the red shirts. Yeah, I had some people at my old job.
Yeah, that was me. I was working on 6 a.m. shifts because we have to do it either when they're closed or before they open. So we can never be in the store when it's open because it's hard to count the inventory. And so we have to make sure that we're out of there before they open. So I worked there. I worked at IHOP. I worked at Olive Garden, and I worked at H&M. Those are the 4 jobs I had down here.
What happened? Like, what did you...
So IHOP, I left because I can't do the $8 an hour. I was getting harassed by old grown men that would come into the IHOP with their wives. Wow. With their wives. This one man came into IHOP and handed me a piece of paper that said, send me pictures sometime, with his phone number. And he always comes in with his wife.
Did he tip?
Tip me? I was a hostess. I was like, I showed it to my manager and I showed it to one of my coworkers, and I was like, that man ever comes back in here, make sure I'm not on the clock. Make sure I'm not on the shift schedule. I'm not working. So I left IHOP because of that. RGIS, I left because I could not do the morning shifts. I really could not do the morning shifts, waking up trying to scan items with this fucking finger shit. And like half the machines would not work. Like, I hated it. It was like, and sometimes you only worked like 2 hours. Like, you didn't even have a full shift. Some places didn't need inventory, so you have to go somewhere else. Wow. Then there was Olive Garden. Olive Garden I stopped working at. I worked at Olive Garden up north for 3 years, and I got transferred down here.
Is that how you came to Atlanta?
I wasn't working when I came. I came down here with $15,000, and I was not trying to work. And I fucked that up. I was young.
I be doing that too. Like, I fucked up my unemployment money. I fucked that shit up.
I'm still waiting for. You know what's crazy? I need you to help me figure out how I can get it, because I don't even... It says I'm qualified for it, but I tried to claim it for this week. We're not talking about this shit over here. Yeah. But nah, it's just the jobs here. I can't work, bro. These men and these people, the society in Georgia.
I'm not a people person at all. Like, that's why
I am a people person. That's crazy. It's because I do like talking to people. It's just how the conversation goes. Like, it'll start off good, and then they just say some weird shit for me to be like, all right, I'm done talking to you.
Okay, so for me, like, when it comes to dudes, nobody really, like, looks at me, to be honest. So I don't really have to worry about that. So I feel like whenever people come to me, well, number one, I know a lot of people think that like I'm a bitch, that I'm like, you know, I got an attitude and stuff like that. So I guess that's why I don't get approached, and it's a lot of other reasons. But
you gotta be weird in public. You feel me? I be jumping up and down.
I be doing that. I just be saying shit. I don't be giving a fuck who's around, and that's new
there
to
are
me.
times where I'm looking at people like, you got a problem, and I start laughing. But I be laughing. You feel me? Like, you got a problem. Like I start laughing. I'm like, okay, we could start a problem. And then they'll laugh. They'll laugh at me. They be like, what you mean? I don't got no problem. I'm like, okay, cool. I just thought you had a problem. You staring at me, Sandy. I don't know, Sandy cheeks. You look like you got some sand in between your eyes. So it's like, I be laughing. I be joking with people. Some people take me seriously, but some people don't like to joke. I'm like, damn, okay. Yeah. Who the fuck pissed in your cereal? Yeah. So it's like, there are some people you gotta joke with, some people you can't joke with. Yep. And it takes one joke to know. Like, it could just be like, damn, I like your shoes. I'm lying, just kidding. Like, you know, shit like that. It's like jokes can really make or break a relationship. Yeah. Friendship.
Are you like a funny person? You joke?
I'm a retarded person.
So, okay, my thing is like,
I told you I pick your nose while you're sleeping.
This is something that I go through all the time. Like, so, you know, I start off with my guard up or whatever, but it's like as the more I get to know people, I joke around with them.
Yeah, you get mad, you get more comfortable.
Yeah, but it's like they you know, sometimes we take it too far. They don't know like when a joke is too far, or but it's like, I don't want to be too sensitive, but like I want to be welcoming to you and, you know, the jokes and stuff, but it's like, you got to learn how to respect. You got to have boundaries and shit like that. Like,
of course, you just got to let people know what's funny to you and what's not. Like, yo, I take that as a joke, but you know, some people be like, nah, that's not funny. As soon as they say that's not funny, I apologize. I'm like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that. Like, you feel me? That's like big. I don't like to be that person that be like, boy, it's a joke, calm down. No, don't do that, because then that pisses them off, and they don't even want to chill with you again. Because if you can't respect what they don't like, they're not gonna respect what you don't like, and they're gonna fuck that shit up. Yeah, they're gonna fuck you up completely. Oh, you don't like when somebody touches your hat? They're gonna keep touching your hat. They're gonna keep fucking with you.
Bitch, I'll spray you. I got pepper spray. Like, I'm violent. I got look this. Where's my other stuff at? Okay. But yeah, so this was fun. I actually have another podcast to do today. That's crazy. But this was actually really fun, and we're definitely gonna meet up again and talk some more before you leave, you know. But
my eyes.
You're really pretty. It's the lighting too. This is some good ass light.
I look like Beyonce, don't I? All right, y'all. I'm out. Bye.
All right, peace.